this lesson, I want to talk about the concept of minimum guaranteed turnovers. As the name implies, minimum guaranteed turnovers means how many face-down cards you are guaranteed to turn over, even if the most useless cards in the world turned up. In other words, we are considering a worst-case scenario. Before I go into an example, I should point out a very good habit to learn is looking at the whole layout before making a move. If you're playing on autopilot, you might see a 6 and 7 of hearts in the first two columns, and you might be tempted to play the 6 onto the 7 without considering the other 8 columns. As you might guess, this is not always the optimal strategy. Winning 4-suit Spider Solitaire is hard enough even with optimal play, so why give yourself an extra handicap? Of course, moving 6 of hearts onto the 7 of hearts is perfectly safe on the first move of a game, but it's still a dangerous habit to get into. Now let's look at an example. In this example here, we can shift the 6 of diamonds onto the 7 of clubs, we can shift the 9 of clubs onto one of the 3 tens, or we can shift the 8 of clubs onto the 2 of clubs. That's a total of 3 turnovers. Note that we have 3 tens but only 1 9, so we only count that as a single turnover, not 3 turnovers. One thing to watch out for is, if you have a situation like king, queen, jack of different suits, you would start with queen on king and then jack on queen. If you play the moves in the reverse order, you won't be able to shift the queen jack onto the king. So move order is often important in Spider Solitaire. In this example, it doesn't matter which order you play the moves, you always get 3 turnovers minimum. Obviously, in a real game, you would start by building in suit. So we would have 9 onto 10 of clubs, ace 2, and then 6 on 7. In this example, we turned over some very good cards, and now we are certain to expose more than 3 cards before dealing another row from the stock. Now I want you to have a go at computing minimum guaranteed turnovers. I will start a new hand, and you have half a minute to compute the correct answer. Good luck. You've had a chance to answer this question. If you have written the number 5 on a piece of paper, then congratulations, you have found the correct answer. So if you look at this position, we have a run of 3 cards, king, queen, jack, so that's worth 2 turnovers. We also have a run of 9, 8, 7, which is worth another 2 turnovers. And we also have a run of 5, 4, which is worth 1 turnover. So that's a total of 5 turnovers. So let's see that in action. We have queen on king, jack on queen, 9, 8, 8, 7, and 4 on 5. You may have noticed that I ignored any of the newly exposed cards. This is because I wanted to prove the minimum guaranteed turnovers is 5. Obviously, in a real game, we will pay attention to the newly exposed cards and change our plan accordingly if it is advantageous to do so.